Powtoon, what can it do for you? Are you still using PowerPoint as your go-to for presentation software? I'm Crystal Boggs, the Library Media Specialist at South Laurel High School. I'm often called upon to help teachers and students with instructional issues. Let's face it, we are all learners with different needs in regards to learning. How information is presented to any learner can make a huge difference in the learning process. Some learners struggle and find it difficult to keep up with content-related material or the demands of growing technologies. Teachers and students need a variety of instructional methods and tools in order to teach as well as to learn new concepts. Teachers and students can use technology to learn and to become higher-level thinkers. There are so many tools available that can aid in the creation of instructional products. One of these is Powtoon. Introducing Powtoon. Why choose this particular presentation software? Powtoon is user-friendly. If you can use PowerPoint, you can use Powtoon. Powtoon is cost-effective. There are affordable packages for teachers and other professionals. Powtoon also offers limitless combinations of styles, effects, and images that you can place into your presentation. In order to use Powtoon, the only thing you need to know is how to use Microsoft PowerPoint. This will aid you in using the graphics, the toolbar, and with the overall creativity of the presentation itself. Powtoon can be used with merely click and drag ease. In order to create a new presentation, you can choose your own presentation mode. You can choose presentation mode or movie mode.
Check it out, teachers.
Let's look at the basic features of Powtoon. The first feature is the stage. This is like a blank slide.
For this lesson, students have 3 learning objectives.
Next, you have the menu panel.
Students are able to identify, explain, and analyze the 3 types of irony through their illustrations.
Then, Powtoon presentation software allows a user to create what we call a Presentoon. You can use the My Library feature to add text, pictures, or tunes to use for animation.
To create a presentation that illustrates the meaning of verbal situations.
Powtoon is also inexpensive.
AASL standards.
Powtoon meets 21st century learner standards, as well as AASL standards. Powtoon allows a learner to use technology and other information tools to analyze and organize information. Powtoon allows a learner to use the writing process, media and visual literacy, and technology skills to create products that express new understandings. Powtoon allows the learner to use technology and other information tools to organize and display knowledge and have an understanding in ways that others can view, use, and assess. How can Powtoon help learners with instructional issues?
Powtoon can be used with merely click and drag ease.
Here is a model of how a teacher or a student might use Powtoon to help a specific instructional issue. For this lesson, learners have 3 learning objectives. Cognitive. The learner is able to identify, explain, and analyze 3 types of irony through the illustration on Powtoon. The affective. Learners will create a presentation that illustrates their learning, comprehension, and understanding of these literary elements. And psychomotor. Learners will be able to use presentation software to create a presentation that illustrates the meaning of verbal, situational, and dramatic irony.
While students struggle in this process,
here's the self-assessment using Powtoon. Learners, you can go to www.powtoon.com and explore the site itself. It has several tutorials and an FAQ section where you can learn how to become a master Powtooner.
Here's an example of a Powtoon.
While you are there, you could complete a graphic organizer, such as a KWL chart. This would help the learner to identify what you already know about presentation software, what you want to know, and after you've navigated the site, what you have learned about Powtoon.
As you read activity, and then after you read activity.
Discovering ways to use a new software tool can be difficult. It may take several attempts to learn how to use Powtoon's features. To assess the questions and issues that the user might have with Powtoon, you could create a question and observation journal as you practice creating your own presentations with Powtoon. Here is an example of a Powtoon presentation. Language arts students could use this to deepen the understanding of literary elements and how they are used by authors to convey themes, tones, and evoke moods for the reader.
Powtoon can be used by teachers and students to create.
While students struggle in this process, Powtoon would be an excellent tool to use to allow students to create presentations over the various types of irony. In this, students can showcase a deep understanding of the literary elements, such as irony. Students will then be able to annotate a literary passage and to write about this term.
The end.
Here is an example of a Powtoon presentation using Roald Dahl's short story, The Lamb to the Slaughter. Patrick is dead! This shows dramatic irony, because the cops ate the evidence. This is found in The Lamb to the Slaughter by Roald Dahl. Here's a student assignment. A. Before you read, complete the chart organizer and define each type of irony. B. As you read, annotate the text for examples of each type via dialectical journal entry. C. After you read, create a brief presentation using Powtoon to illustrate your understanding of the use of each type of irony in the story. Here are the instructions for this particular Powtoon presentation. A. You must have one introductory slide. B. You must have one slide for each term that defines verbal, situational, and dramatic irony. C. You must have one slide that shows an example of textual evidence for each type of irony from the story. And D. You must have one concluding slide that reflects your commentary and reflection of this activity. So a minimum of 8 slides per presentation. As you can see, Powtoon can be used by teachers and students to create presentations that will enhance both technology and literacy skills. So if you're not convinced, check out Powtoon for yourself. There are numerous presentations to choose from. While you're at it, check out my instructional product at cbogslibrary77 at wordpress.com.